Okay, let's talk about side hustles, but probably not in the way you're used to hearing about them. This is for anyone out there who ends the workday feeling like your brain has just run a full marathon, and the absolute last thing you have energy for is more work.
I really want to start with this because it's so important to hear. That feeling of being totally wiped out, that's not a character flaw. It's not you being lazy. It's a completely normal response to a demanding job where you're using your brain all day long.
So if that's true, why does almost every piece of side hustle advice out there feel like it was written for a superhero? It's because it's built on this hidden assumption that you've got a full tank of gas, mentally speaking, ready to go at 5 p.m. It creates this trap where you get excited, you start something, and then you burn out fast.
So let's just reframe this whole thing. The real bottleneck here isn't the number of hours you have in the evening. It never was. It's about the amount of mental energy you have left to spend in those hours.
And this right here, this is usually a huge aha moment for people. We've all been taught to think about time management, right? But for mentally exhausted professionals, the real game is energy management. When your brain is tired, any task that demands a ton of new decisions or creative thinking is going to feel impossible, even if you have all the time in the world.
So if we're going to build something sustainable, it has to play by a different set of rules. It should lean on repetition, not constant draining creativity. It has to reuse skills you already have so you're not learning from scratch. It needs to be something you can just put down for a week without everything falling apart. And maybe most importantly, it has to involve as few new decisions as possible.
Okay, with those principles in mind, let's get into the good stuff. Here are 7 practical ideas. And remember, this whole playbook is designed to respect your fatigue, not just tell you to power through it.
First up, skill-based freelancing. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wait, more of my day job? No thank you. But hang with me here, because this is one of the easiest ways to get started, simply because there's no learning curve.
So here's the secret sauce that makes this work. The key is not to replicate your stressful 9 to 5. No way. The key is to isolate the 1 or 2 tasks from your job that feel almost like muscle memory. If you're a project manager, maybe you only offer a project plan tune-up service. It's predictable, you've done it 1,000 times, and it has a clear finish line.
Next up, template creation. Just think for a second about all the amazing spreadsheets, project plans, or presentation decks you've perfected over your career. Those things you built to make your own life easier, they are incredibly valuable to someone just starting out.
And the beauty of this approach is that you are in complete control. You solve the problem once, upfront. You can build that perfect template in these tiny 20-minute chunks over weeks or even months. There are no client emails, no deadlines, just you and a project that moves at your own pace.
Okay, hustle number 3 is asynchronous consulting. I know the word consulting sounds super intimidating. We picture these high-pressure calls where we have to be brilliant on the spot. This is the complete opposite of that. It's all about giving feedback on your own time through writing or a quick video.
What you're selling here isn't your creative energy. It's your judgment. It's the wisdom you've built up over a decade. A client sends you a proposal, and you send back a page of notes the next day when you feel up to it. You get to monetize your experience without the drain of a live performance.
This one is all about patience. It's similar to templates, but could be a simple guide, a checklist, an ebook, anything digital. The main idea here is that you build it quietly in the background of your life with zero pressure.
See, the whole game here is to take all the pressure off. No clients, no deadlines. You only work on it when you have a little flicker of energy. It's kind of like planting a tree. You add a paragraph here, a checklist item there, and over time, you've grown this valuable asset without a single moment of stress.
All right, number 5, low-maintenance content. Now, I know content creation just sounds exhausting, and it absolutely can be. But we're talking about a very specific, very low-energy version of it.
Here's the shift. You're not trying to become some trend-chasing influencer. You are just a documenter. All you're doing is articulating what you already think and know. If you have a strong opinion about something in your field, you just write it down. It can actually feel more like a release than a drain.
Now this one might sound a little surprising. For those of us who deal with constant chaos and strategy all day, taking on a structured back-end role can feel, well, almost therapeutic. Think things like organizing someone's inbox or documenting a simple process.
This works because you're swapping ambiguity for order.
After a day of meetings where nothing got decided, the simple, satisfying act of creating a perfectly organized system can be incredibly calming. You're not brainstorming, you're just tidying up. It's a task with a clear beginning, middle, and end.
And finally, number 7, microservices. This is all about defeating the mental exhaustion of those big open-ended projects. The whole idea is to offer one tiny, very specific, and tightly defined service. Why is this so powerful? Because a fixed scope is like a fortress protecting your mental energy. Instead of saying, "I'll help with your marketing," you say, "I will write 3 compelling headlines for your landing page." That's it. And the best part, when it's done, it's truly done. Your brain gets to log off completely.
So, we've gone through a bunch of the what's, but none of it really works without the right how, the right mindset. And honestly, this might be the most important part of this entire explainer. This slide really says it all. The old story about side hustles was all about acceleration, getting rich, getting promoted faster. But when you're already running on fumes, the goal has to change. The new goal is simply relief. And what is relief? It's a little financial breathing room. It's having options. It's the quiet confidence that you're building something for yourself on your own terms. And this is the final, non-negotiable rule. Your rest, your recovery, that has to come first, always. If your side project is cutting into the energy you need to recharge from your main job, then it's not working. It's just a second job in disguise.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. What if the best path forward isn't about more hustle at all? What if it's about making a deliberate, wise choice to build something small, something manageable, something that actually reduces your stress and adds a little freedom, without demanding the one resource you just don't have to spare?